interesting. So we're going to be getting Dante Chen, who has got a lot of support at the developmental level. Dante Chen, I think, has built up this really goodwill. A lot of people might not know, but when NXT Level Up was happening, that was kind of the show before Evolve, Dante Chen featured quite a lot on that. And because he was featured quite regular, I think he'd managed to kind of really build up this support. And so he really has built up this kind of little underground following within like the NXT community, right? He's kind of built up this little following where people want to see him succeed. And he's kind of got like this little groundswell of support. So I always find Dante to be very interesting because he's kind of made a connection with the fans, certainly the NXT live crowd. So for me, he's an interesting babyface that if we can just find a way of presenting him and moving forward and getting some momentum, like, I feel like there's something there. I feel like there's something for us to get our teeth into. In regards to Idris, of course, was in a tag team with Malik Blades, and Idris is someone that is very interesting because he's kind of gone for this sort of macho king sort of vibe gimmick, and so he's kind of healing it up. He's undefeated, I believe, in Evolve. And I kind of like his presentation. I feel like they found a way of presenting Idris, which makes him sort of stand out a little bit to everyone else that's on the roster. So we've got a good babyface. We've got a good heel. We've got some interesting characters there. And we're going to put them in a match. Now, they have faced before. And so this is, I believe, the rematch. But I'm down for seeing this. As a little match on Evolve, good. You know, it's not just been thrown together. It's been built up. It's a bit of a feud. I think the characters are interesting. I'm interested to see how this plays out. So that's one match. And then the other match, the bigger match, Carmen Petrovic, who's an NXT superstar. We've seen plenty of her on NXT. She's going to be in action against Tyra May Steele. A lot of people saw Tyra May Steele maybe for the first time yesterday when she was on NXT and she was revealed to be Tavian Heights' partner. It's going to be Chelsea Green and Ethan Page against Tavian Heights and Tyra May Steele. And Tyra May Steele is obviously an Olympic gold medalist. She is legit. She is a badass. She's awesome. She's entertaining. She's got a great personality. I really like everything about her. I think she gets pro wrestling. I don't think she's someone that's coming over that's struggling to adapt. I really like her entrance where she's all smiley and then she goes serious. And there's a psychology there, which I'm sure she's been told to do that and they've, you know, gone through that. But there's a psychology there, an understanding of character there that is going to bode so well for her in the future. I think she gets it. I think she really gets it. So Tyra May Steele is someone I'm really high on. And she, as we said, is going to be in action tonight against Carmen Petrovic. I think that's our main event. Winner will go on to face Kylie Armstrong in the future for the Women's Championship. So we've got that match. We've got the babyface heel Idris Anofi Dante Chen match as well. Both of those matches, I'm like, let's go. I'm down for seeing them. I'm down for watching them. It's not like we're just tuning in and we're going to get, you know, Troy Yearwood taking on Keanu Carver and there's no build and like it's okay, let's, you know, okay, well, let's see how it goes. I actually feel like this show has got a little bit about it tonight. I feel like there's a couple of matches there that I want to see, that I'm excited for in advance. And honestly, I'm riding a wave right now because yesterday's NXT was so good. And actually, you lot really enjoyed it in the review as well. So we're coming off the back of a good show. You know, normally we'll come off the back of a Raw that's a bit mid. And we might come off a SmackDown that might be a bit mid. It's hit and miss with SmackDown. And we are coming off a Raw that was a bit mid. But then we moved on to an NXT that was not mid. We moved on to an NXT that was very entertaining. And, you know, kind of filled me back up again with the joys of pro wrestling. So, yeah, I'm hoping those good vibes are going to continue tonight. Is that mixed tag match next week? Said Wrestling Fan. I don't believe it is. No, because next week we've got Chelsea and we've got Ethan trying to do a peace treaty. They are scared of Tyra May Steele. And, you know, Chelsea was like, oh my God, I can't believe we've got to go up against like an Olympic gold medalist. We've got to find a way out of this. And so they've agreed to do a peace treaty. So next week, I believe there's going to be a peace treaty where they're going to reach out and see if they can find an understanding and actually get out of the match. So I'm guessing, I don't know, is the match at Heatwave maybe? I don't know where the match is paying off, but I know next week we've got a peace treaty as all of a sudden now the heels, the Canadians, they're trying to get out of the match. Right, Daze, NXT did 728, said Big Time last night, which was against a Hogan documentary on Fox, which did 1 million. Wow. Back to back over 700,000. This is the 7th time that NXT has been above 700,000. Well, I mean, I saw that doing the rounds. I also saw someone saying about how do you feel that it had a little dip. So I don't know if it's kind of come down from a slightly higher point the week before. But, I mean, anything over 700,000 you just take and you just do cartwheels about. I mean, when we moved from USA Network, the people didn't really know how this was going to go. I mean, this is, I think, terrestrial. I believe this is a channel that everyone can easily access. But it's also a channel that doesn't have much else on it. Like I remember us looking at a list of like the most viewed channels, and I believe this was lower than USA Network, even though it was available in more homes. I mean, there's just not the programming on there. So, you know, it's one of those where I remember saying, well, I think it's going to be about the same. You know, I think it's probably going to shake out about the same because it's in more homes, but there's not the same level of programming. So your lead-in might not be brilliant. But then that could be counterbalanced by the fact it's in more homes than USA Network. So you kind of look at it and go, well, let's see how it goes, right? Is it going to be a little better? Is it going to be a little worse? Is it going to be the same? And it's come out better. I mean, it has come out better. Certainly, I do not get the feeling that being on the CW network is a hindrance. I don't get the feeling that this is like a major problem or, you know, these are numbers that USA Network would love. You know, these are numbers better than what we were getting on a regular basis on USA Network. So, yeah, it's great news. I mean, it's great news for many reasons. It's great news because when it's time to renegotiate, hopefully they get more money, right? Which is great for WWE. But also, like, it means that NXT is growing as a brand. It means that more people are tuning in on a regular basis and engaging with NXT. And that's brilliant as well. You know, more people coming in and watching the product. And I think they're being rewarded with a better product. I think it's a great product. I think if you watch it, you're not wasting your time. I genuinely believe it's the best of the 3 brands in 2025. I think it's genuinely best of the 3 brands. But honestly, I would say that I could make an argument for Evolve being a brand about how Evolve is not maybe the worst. How the Wednesday, this show, might not be the worst one. If I had to like rank the shows in 2025, genuinely I might put Raw at the bottom. I think Raw might be, and then I'd have Evolve, and then maybe SmackDown, maybe. But honestly, I mean, I think it's really tight between those 3. I mean, there are definitely Evolve episodes where you're like, oh, that was a bit missable, skippable. But I've seen Evolve episodes where there's been some like great matches, and you lot have said they're great matches. And we can go through whole episodes of Raw where we don't get a great match. But then I can watch a 45, 50-minute Evolve and I can have a great match. But I could sit and watch a 2.5-hour Raw and not get one. So, I mean, I know that Evolve's not been around that long, but genuinely, I think that tonight Evolve has been a really good addition to the lineup. I think that Raw obviously is where you're going to get your big moments, so you never know, do you? I mean, the thing with Raw and SmackDown is you can never really afford to not watch it because anything can happen in WWE. Anything can happen. And it could be that this is the week that The Rock comes back, you know? This is the week where there's a big title change or a big heel turn. But to be honest with you, in 2025, certainly for Raw, there has been a lot of shows where there has not been those talking points. A lot of shows where we've come out of them and the shows have been like 5 out of 10, 5.5 out of 10. And we're like, if you never saw this, it really wasn't a problem. So, you know, the thing with Raw is and SmackDown is it will always have that. It'll always have that. It'll always have that hanging over you that the week you don't watch is the week it's going to be amazing. But actually, in retrospect, knowing what we've seen, like, I genuinely think Evolve is up there in the conversation with, you know, actually not being the worst of the 4 brands if we include Evolve. But I don't think there's any conversation about what the best brand is. We can sit and chat about how Evolve has been and if people have enjoyed it and so on. And as I said, I'm genuinely looking forward to this show. I mean, we got 2 matches that have been announced, and both of them I'm interested in. Sure, we'll get a decent promo. I'm guessing there'll be a 3rd match that they'll chuck on there as well. And yeah, honestly, like, Wednesdays are a night that I'm really look forward to with Evolve. I think it helps as well with Evolve because we're coming off the back of a great show. So, you know, like with NXT, it's been so good this year. It's been the best brand. I feel like I come into these Wednesday streams with some momentum. I go into those NXT streams like, oh, you know, wasn't that great last night? And that has been the pattern in 2025. That has been the pattern. The pattern has been underwhelming Raw, really great NXT, an Evolve show that can be a bit hit and miss at times. I'm not going to say they've knocked it out the park every week. We are dealing with the talent, you know, that's trying to find its way to NXT. So, of course, you know, it's not always going to be delivering. It's not always going to be hitting. That's part of its charm. But equally, you know, we've seen the likes of Jack Cartwheel and Cappuccino Jones. I mean, I remember the tag match they had being so good. And then, of course, like, you know, the Fatal 4-Way title matches to crown the new champions. They've been really good. Sean Legacy has been really good. Kylie Armstrong has stood out. Swipe Right have had some really great matches. Like, this is a brand. It's got its own roster. It's got its own, you know, characters. Like, it's found its feet. That's the point I'm making. It's found its feet. So, yeah, anything over 700,000 for NXT has got to be a big dub, hasn't it? It's got to be a big dub. Hasib said, do we think instead of a Fatal 4-Way at Clash, they should have done like a triple threat? Number 1 contender match. It's a bit lazy. Well, to be honest with you, I'm looking at it a different way. I'm looking at it as like, I really thought we were doing a tag match. I really thought we were going to get the Vision against Roman, Punk, and probably LA Knight. And I really thought that's where it was going. So, and I think quite a few people did. So I am honestly just relieved that it's not that. So, you know, the Fatal 4-Way, fine. I'll take it. That's fine. You know, I'll take the Fatal 4-Way. I'm interested to see what they do with Roman, actually, because he's not in that match. It's Jay, bit weird, LA Knight, Seth, and Punk. So I agree that it's a bit thrown together. I don't disagree, but I think I'm just more relieved that it's not another of those single stars in a tag match type situation. I think I'm just happy and relieved it's not that, because I thought it was going to go that way again. So yeah, I can understand the lazy label, but I can also sit here and say I honestly thought it was going to be worse. David, shout out to you, my friend. Appreciate the support. David said NBC and WWE are thinking about Saturday night's main event on December 27th. That would be the same night as AEW pay-per-view. Peacock has got an NFL game going on at that time, so why go up against the NFL? Well, that's something for them to think about, isn't it? And what they think is right for their business. So obviously the John Cena final match is going to be absolutely huge. So at the moment, nothing has changed as far as I know. It's going to be like December 15th, I believe, in Boston. But they've not announced that, and they've not started the promotional machine for that. So, at the moment, it's a case of that's where it's going to be. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised them sitting down looking at AEW having a show on the 27th that's, I think, currently unopposed. And for them to consider, like, should we go up against that and run the John Cena return? I mean, that's massive. So, if they do run on that night, obviously they would be doing it to hurt AEW. But you've got to, as you've pointed out, like, factor in and weigh up, like, are we actually hurting ourselves? Is it going to be a case that we are running up against NFL, and is that going to be a problem? So they will look at all those aspects, and they will, settle on what they think is right for their business. So at the moment, I'm still under the impression it's the 15th. If they move it to the 27th, I mean, you know why. I know why. It's going to be so they go up against AEW. But yeah, they're going to have to factor in the NFL thing as well, aren't they? So we'll have to see what they decide. We'll have to see which one they think is more beneficial to their business. Right, Daze, did you see the Carrion interview, said Asib, with Ariel saying, why would you ask him if he's working us? Obviously, he ain't going to say if he was working us. He's got to ask though, hasn't he? I mean, could you imagine if he went on that show and he never asked? So it's one of those where, yeah, I get that it's a bit of a fruitless question, and I don't think there's much you can take from the answer that he will have given to that. But I think it's also one of those where he probably has to, in a way, I suppose it's just also a way in, isn't it? I mean, if you outright ask that, you get the answer, you can then sort of bounce off that answer to kind of dig a little bit more into it. So I suppose that question, if that was a question at, because you're not wrong, right? But if that was a question at the post-show press conference, I'd be critical of it, right? Just as you are, and I agree with your criticism, because of course he's going to say no, right? Of course he's going to say I'm not working, yeah? Of course he's going to say that. And so if that was your only question at a press conference, well done, you've wasted your question, right? But I think this is a different environment. This is and it was long as well. I still haven't totally finished it. I've got about 5-10 minutes left to go of the interview. And it was long. I mean, it went a good hour or so. So I think in this environment, asking that question is a little bit different because it's sort of the first spade in the ground. It kind of lifts that first top layer of soil and allows you to dig deeper then. Like, depending on how he answers that question is going to depend on where we go. Obviously, he's not going to say, yes, I'm working, whatever. But he might have. He might have turned around and said, like, this is, something that we're kind of working on at the moment. It seems like the fans are engaged with it. Of course, he's not going to say that. I don't expect him to say that. Ariel wouldn't expect him to say that, but throw it out there, see what comes back, and then, it allows you to dig a little bit deeper and kind of, go a little deeper. So if that was just a one-off question in a press conference and there was no ability to follow up on it, stupid question. In the context of an hour-long interview, it's your first shovel in the ground, right? It's not going to give you much. Don't expect, to find, if you're looking for treasure, probably not going to be in that first spade. You're probably going to have to dig a lot deeper, but it's the start of the conversation. So that's how I kind of viewed it in that sort of context. Did you see the interview? We've answered that one. Life is hard without people, says Kapata. Almost died last Friday. I had a seizure. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. Kapata, did you? I just want to make sure I've read that right. I'm really sorry to hear that, my friends. I hope that... I hope you're... Well, I mean, I'm guessing if you've had seizure, then maybe you've had seizures before. But, yeah, I hope everything's in a more stable place right now. I mean, I'm guessing it is. Kapata, shout out to you, but I was just trying to make sure I'd read that correctly then. Days, we got Cappuccino Jones. What's going to be next? Tetley Main Warring. Oh, is that Mannering? Tetley Mannering. Is that how you spell Mannering? Like Captain Mannering. Looks like Main Warring. Do you know what? That would be the British version, wouldn't it? That would be the British version. And I'd be down for that. If we still had World of Sport, then that's exactly the character I would hope you would play. Pat says, yeah, I had a major seizure. It's the first one since my diagnosis of MS. Kapata, I am so sorry to hear that, bud. I am so sorry to hear that. That's awful. I mean, thoughts with you, my friend. And you, as you said, you've just got to take each day as it comes, haven't you? There's a lot of, like, I don't know if you've seen that. There seems to be an explosion of, like, inspirational... memes that are kind of doing the rounds at the moment. Some of the images are honestly really thought-provoking. I don't know why I'm starting to see a load like doing the rounds, but yeah, there's a lot of like I wonder if I could find them actually. They're getting like millions and millions of views, and they are the kind of things that you sort of look at and you go, yeah, do you know what? That does sort of resonate, to be honest. And it is all that sort of stuff of like tomorrow is not guaranteed, and, you know, treasure your loved ones whilst they're around. And it's just sort of that sort of stuff, you know, the kind of thing that you would expect. But I don't know why I don't normally really see them, but there's been an explosion of them. But I say that now, and now I can't find them, can I? Now I've said there's an explosion. What I have found, though, is... I'll show you what I did find. I found this. No, that's the video that I was watching. I don't know what this is. There we go. I had no idea what that was going to be. Why does he sound like Mario? Dude sounds like Mario. Listen, you've got to take life's little joys when they show themselves. Ah, very good. I didn't know what we would get from that, but I was pleased with it in the end, and that's all that matters. So, there we go. Oh, hello, what's this? What is that? Guys, such a good follow, you know. Such a great account. This is Philadelphia 1926, and it's an empty stadium before Joe Stetcher and Jim Londos. The attendance would be 15,000, the largest wrestling crowd in the city's history. And so there's an image. Oh, has someone added colour to it? Has someone done... Or has someone found a... No, there won't be a colour picture, will there? Kind of feels like maybe AI has added some colour to the image. It's nice. A crowd of 25,000. Oh, there's one from 1952. Yeah, I don't think this is a current picture. I mean, the colours look a bit off. So I don't think this is like... See, like this black bit here and like the green kind of here. It looks like the colours just look a little... And it looks very like oversaturized as well. So I don't feel like this is like a current picture that someone has found. Even feels like maybe in the ring, and like this bit here just seems off. And I mean, look, you can even see the ring posts, can't you, and the turnbuckles, and it just, you know, the ring steps, for example. I don't think this is like a picture from the modern day that someone has like then made sepia to make it seem old. I think what someone has done is take this and colorize it using AI. So, interesting. Very interesting. I love this account. There's actually some in Unseen from Alan Cheapshot, which is really, really interesting. It's all to do with WrestleMania 1 that I've put into Unseen. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that later. It's good. Right, let's get back to the chats. Where are we time-wise? We've got half an hour. Right. Tyler said, Daze, do we think Triple H is kind of a heel in real life? I've seen a lot of stuff with contracts, and it seems to me that WWE is not the best backstage. That's just a personal thought. No, I don't think he's a heel. I think that he's a businessman. And I think, to be honest with you, if some of what Karrion was telling us was correct, I could believe it, in the sense of Triple H, I think... So when Triple H brought Karrion back, I don't think Triple H wanted a lot of people to know about it. So, of course, he contacted Karrion direct, right? And said, let's work out a contract. I want to bring you in. I've got ideas, blah, 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 right? When it was time for a contract renewal, you know, Karrion revealed in his interview that they had offered him a new contract. And that was Tuesday or something, like last week. And so there was a new one that was offered, and Karrion said, I thought that I would be dealing with Triple H again. Well, I wouldn't have expected that, to be honest, because I don't think Triple H is in charge of creative. He's not in charge of like contracts and that side of the business. That's more HR, Nick Khan, personal relations, blah, blah, blah. It's not really a Triple H thing. So Triple H, I think, will have dealt with it first time with Karrion, because that first time he would have wanted to have kept it on a need-to-know basis, right? We're going to bring Karrion back and we want it to be a surprise. So you're not going to have everyone be aware of it. So Triple H deals with it in that instance. Probably deals with it alongside someone from Human Resources. Nick Khan, keep it small, need-to-know basis. Lovely. But when you're in the company and it's time to renegotiate, that's not a Triple H thing. That's going to be Human Resources. It's going to be the talent relations. It's going to be Nick Khan. That's out of Triple H's hands at that point. I mean, really, I think the only thing that Triple H has involvement in at that point when it comes to contracts is, you know, do you need this person? I don't think Nick Khan is going to cut anyone without checking with Triple H first. So the only thing, if you want to blame Triple H for like a contract thing, the only thing I would say is if Karrion has been like removed from the company, then that would be because Triple H has said that he doesn't have anything for him. So if you want to kind of have a go at Triple H for something, it would be that. It would be the fact that Triple H has turned around and said, no, I can't find anything for Karrion, right? If he has been removed from the business. So I think in that regard, like it's, you can have a pop at him. But like from a contract point of view, that's not Triple H's job. Triple H is in charge of creative. Triple H is in charge of like working with the talent that are there, that he's got at his disposal. And, you know, when it comes to like renegotiating contracts, that's more of a Nick Khan kind of talent relations type thing. So why, if the timeline is correct and he has not been offered a new deal until Tuesday of last week, and, you know, it was kind of take it or leave it, you got 24 hours, like, that's not a Triple H thing. As I said, that would be more of a Nick Khan, Human Resources, public relations type thing. Actually don't know who talent relations is. Obviously, not long ago when Vince was around, it was John Laurinaitis. I know that Bruce Pritchard has done that role, but I don't think he's doing that role now. Jim Ross has done that role in the past. And then a lot of people that, just we don't know, have done that role as well. People that are just, executives, whatever. But I don't know who does it right now. I don't know who the current... I wonder if I can Google it. Who is the current talent relations for WWE? Currently, Chris Legentil serves as Executive Vice President of Talent Relations. Chris Legentil. No idea. So there we go. Chris Legentil is someone that's the Executive Vice President of Talent Relations. So if there's anyone you want to have a little pop at, that would be the person that I would be more angry at than Triple H. Daze, as WWE moves towards its inevitable globalization goals, says William, are US fans going to be left behind in the process? I feel like our fan base is eroding. No, well, I don't think you'll get left behind. I think what you will find is that you will be more underserved than you were before. That is going to be an adjustment. But then I would say that the WWE fan base has had to make a lot of adjustments over time. So, for example, WWE started, didn't it, in the Northeast? It was the kind of New York territory. So that meant that WWF was just serving New York, Philadelphia, Boston, those kind of areas, yeah? And so, it just constantly looped that area. It didn't do the US, didn't do international. It was just constantly serving that area. So, of course, in the 1980s, when you go national and you kind of start going over to LA, Florida, Carolinas, Texas, and you start branching out, that fan base all of a sudden was getting underserved. That fan base was not being given the same amount of content, the amount of shows that it had enjoyed for decades. Throughout the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, it was just a Northeast promotion. And then when you hit the 80s, that's where we see the national expansion. And by 89, that's the first time they come to the UK. So that's when they come over to the UK for the very first time. So the 80s going into the 90s is where it changes and becomes a national and then starts to become an international promotion. So, I would say that the fan base has had to adjust from kind of the inception of the company. So this company was Northeast. It became American focused. Then, of course, it dabbled international. And, that little dabble probably wasn't felt too much in America. For the longest time from the 90s, we started to see, UK tours. And, of course, they would go to, Mexico to do a few shows and then whatever. So, those dates were dates that would have been done in America. So, there was a decrease, if you will, in the American presence by doing those shows. But it was pretty minor, to be honest. It's not something that I think people would have felt too much. I think you make a really interesting point because I think WWE are making a much bigger play now when it comes to, they've just done a big international tour leading to WrestleMania. We're about to go on another international tour because we're doing Clash in Paris. We've got Saudi Arabia shows. We've got Crown Jewel that's going to be in Australia. We know that they've just done some Mexico house shows as well, and they did those, I think, was it earlier in the year as well, or last year wasn't it? But I think Stephanie made her actual debut at a Mexican house show. So we're starting to see a lot more international shows, and I think the American market and America and American fans, I think you are definitely going to see and feel less opportunity to see WWE because those dates they're going abroad now would have been US dates before. And those shows that are going to Saudi, that are Clash in Paris, those would have been American B shows. And so that's, less opportunity for you to go to those. So, yes, I don't think that I can't remember how you worded it. How did you word it? Are fans going to get left behind? I don't think you're going to get left behind. You know, America, US is, and I would like to think, always going to be WWE's base. It's always home, right? It's an American company. And, you know, it's started there, it's developed there, it's evolved there. But it's got, obviously, a global reach. And it's got a global audience. And it wants to serve that global audience. And so, you know, I think it is under TKO taking its biggest steps globally than what we've seen before. So I don't think you're going to get left behind. I wouldn't expect it to be a case that WWE is going to focus globally and, you know, just do like the odd little thing in America. I mean, certainly for the foreseeable future, the bulk of the shows are America. And then, you know, we reach out to the rest of the world. But what I think is really interesting is in, say, 10, 15 years, 20 years, what's that balance? I mean, right now it feels like an 80-20 kind of balance, maybe 70-30 kind of balance. Be really interesting to look at every show, including the house shows that the main roster do. How many are in America? How many are international? And work out the percentage. That would be really interesting. I don't know. As a real guess, I would say 80-20, 70-30, something along those lines. Fast forward 10 years, 15 years, is it more 50-50? Fast forward 30 years, is it 70-30 the other way, where 30% of the shows, still the lion's share, still the majority is going to be in America? Because, okay, 70% will be international, but no other country would have 30%. You know, it would be, you know, 10% UK. It would be 10% Japan, 10% Mexico, 10% Australia, New Zealand, 10% India, 10% China. I don't know. I don't know where this shakes out. But I think it's a really interesting point that you make, because at the moment, 80-20, 70-30 America lion's share. 10, 15 years, is that 50-50? Another 10, 15 years after that, do we start seeing it 70-30, 30% America? I don't know if we ever get to the point where America gets 10% and, you know, like it's majority else. I don't know that it'll ever get that way. I mean, America is the world's biggest economy. Americans love professional wrestling. It's where WWE was started. And it's very hard to see it like really drastically moving away from America. But it is true that WWE, I think, can see opportunities for growth internationally. And really the best way of kind of tapping into that growth is by sending your stars, your Roman Reigns', your CM Punk's, your Cody Rhodes's, to those countries and trying to capitalize on that growth. So it's interesting. I mean, do you have like a WWE US promotion? They sort of do that, don't they, with New Japan? You've got New Japan, and then is it New Japan Strong? Which I think New Japan Strong is just based in America. It's just a permanent American promotion. I mean, who knows? 30 years' time, there could be WWE Classic, WWE USA, which is just a brand that is based permanently in America. Just like you could have Raw based in America, never goes anywhere. And then, you know, NXT, SmackDown, another brand, they could travel internationally and go around the world, but Raw is always America. So that way it anchors itself to America, it anchors itself to home, but, you know, other brands are just off around the world. Like, could be something like that. It's very interesting to think about what the future might look like and how they're going to capitalize on that. But America, for me, would never get left behind. That market it's the world's biggest economy. And even if you did slip, right? Even if you did slip and become the second biggest economy, right? Which I think I don't know that'll ever happen in my lifetime. But we know that India is rising. We know that China is, doing well, and blah 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 blah. You'd still be one of the world's biggest economies. in my lifetime, I don't see that ever changing. So, you know, you are the biggest, and I would imagine you'll stay the biggest throughout my life. And yeah, I can't see why they would ever kind of underserve that, you know, because it's home as well, isn't it? But they are gonna, and it's clearly that they are looking at trying to grow it internationally. And, you know, that big, I mean, it was so weird doing that European tour before WrestleMania. It didn't work. I didn't think it worked at all. But we did that, and it was bigger than we had ever done as well. I mean, we went to Belgium, we were doing France, we were doing the Netherlands. I think they might have done an Italy date. You know, they were kind of really trying to serve Europe as well. We're seeing a lot more shows in Europe, and then a lot more PLEs internationally. And obviously the Saudi deal is a massive thing as well. I mean, the Saudi deal is sucking shows out of America. So, I mean, that's definitely having an impact. So, yeah, it's a good question, that. There's a lot to dig into, but I don't think you'll ever get left behind. James said, NWA is now on American TV. It's not on Twitter now for UK, which sucks. Really? Got a VPN, that, have you? Aaron said, Daze, hope you're well. I managed to get tickets for SmackDown in Dublin. Can't wait. I'm going to be flying to London for Forbidden Door. I love wrestling. Well, Aaron, have a great time, my friends. Have a great time. I've not seen the card for Forbidden Door. But yeah, have a great time. Is there a cards? Zack Sabre Jr. against To Be Determined. Kyle Fletcher against To Be Determined. Mercedes against Alex Windsor. I don't know Alex Windsor. Against To Be Determined, To Be Determined. That'll be interesting, though, because there's someone from Stardom that's going to be in that match. So Alex Windsor's from AEW. They're going to bring in someone from CMLL, and they're going to bring in someone from Stardom. Athena against Toni Storm. It's crazy, isn't it? That's Ember Moon against Toni Storm. Which in WWE, you could have done that in developmental. You know, probably happened, to be honest with you. Probably happened in like an NXT. Maybe they managed to get that match in. Be interesting to know if it ever did happen. And I don't think it would have been that big of a deal. But in AEW, because of the amount of work they've put in, it feels like a huge deal. That I think they've done excellent work with Athena. I mean, I think they've really committed to her for a long period of time, and she feels like a big deal. And Toni Storm, I think, is just one of the best women's wrestlers, isn't she? So that would actually be a match I'd be really interested to see. So Okada against Swerve. Great. Okada's great. Swerve's great. Hurt Syndicate against Elimination Tournament winner, so we don't know who that is. And Tanahashi in action against To Be Determined. So still a lot to get into place for that. When is it? The 24th. They've got 10 days. I'm sure that'll kind of come together, won't it, this week? Tonight. I'm sure that'll come together like tonight. And they'll get some of those filled in. But yeah, there we go. Should be good. It's in London. It's at the O2 in London. Great venue. Venue WWE have obviously run with Raws, SmackDowns, Money in the Banks. Have fun. Have fun. William said, maybe not completely left behind, but our American fan base is dwindling. Instead of continuing to gain US fans, they're going after international fans. To be honest, though, I think they feel like they've probably maxed out in America in the sense of they've served America for so long that, you know, we're seeing TV ratings decline. They're still doing WrestleMania in America, SummerSlam in America. You know, Rumble was in America. Survivor Series is in America. There's Saturday night's main events. They're doing Raws and SmackDowns. The bulk of those are in America. And the results they're getting are, as you said, dwindling crowds. I mean, will it make a massive difference if some of the B-show PLEs would be in America? You know, so Crown Jewel, for example, that's going to Australia. If that was over in America as a B show, Does that make a much of a difference? Does it make much of a difference if Night of Champions is in America rather than in Saudi Arabia? Does it make much of a difference if Clash in Paris is Clash in Baltimore instead, or whatever, right? I mean, does it make much of a difference? I mean, I don't think so. I think, maybe there's a little upside. I don't even know if there's any upside, if I'm being completely honest with you, because you're getting the major shows and you've had all the major shows and you're getting the bulk of Raws and the bulk of SmackDowns, and maybe there is something they are missing where they are not reaching out and getting new fans, but I think they're trying to do that with things like Unreal. I think Unreal genuinely was an attempt to bring in new fans. I think a lot of people saw it as exposing the business and it being like a problem. I was always engaged with that project because I wanted answers and I wanted to see a bit more behind the scenes. But not only that, I know the success those series have had for things like Formula One, and we've got those sort of things for I can't remember what they're called for football. There's like a series of them, which I can't remember what they're called now. But they were on Netflix, and there was like an Arsenal one and a Sunderland one and I think a Newcastle one. And it was like behind the scenes. And I get with pro wrestling because of the kayfabe nature of it. Like people were a bit more, ooh. But these things have had a massive impact. Certainly the Formula One, was it Born to Drive? That has had a big impact on that sport. And I think there might have been one for NFL as well, which I'm not aware of, that actually Unreal was even based on. I think the NFL guys were even involved. So that kind of behind the scenes sort of documentary has shown to have a real impact and have some, real ability to bring in casual fans, new fans. And clearly WWE went, well, we'll have some of that. They sat in a meeting and that someone went, right, Formula One, Born to Drive, that's managed to reach 40 million. We believe that X percentage of that were first-time viewers to the product. We believe that this has then converted those people to then watch the race, because the races following that show were up X percentage. And it was all business spiel. That someone did a presentation to show that by doing that documentary, it had an actual benefit on the business, right? And so, of course, WWE were like, well, we'll have some of that. We'll do some of that. And so, that's obviously led to Unreal. So I think they are trying to do things to bring in new fans. But I think the truth is that if your product is just not hot, and I think WWE is okay right now. I think it's just had a good couple of years. The stock price is in obviously a really good place. TV ratings are okay. They're okay. NXT is doing all right. I mean, it's nothing drastic. It's like 650 last year. It's 700,000 this year. It's probably increased by 50,000. I mean, it's good. You take it, but it's nothing. Do you know what I mean? They ain't doing 2 million on NXT, 4 million for Raw, blooming 2.5 million for SmackDown. We're not seeing like crazy kind of increases. If anything, it's probably all a little down in 2025. But I think that's just in line with things. I think part of that dwindling is because everything is so spread out. There's just so many forms of entertainment in this day and age that, people are just constantly finding different ways of consuming wrestling and leaving wrestling. And some people might stop, if someone was to go, oh, I'm not going to watch Raw anymore. Don't need to watch Raw. I'll just watch the highlights on YouTube. I get it. To be honest with you, I'd go, yeah, I sort of get it. I sort of understand this year has not been brilliant for Raw. If you want to just watch highlights, then fine. That, to me, is a bigger problem. That is a bigger problem than the international shows right now. Them not putting on an engaging Raw, an engaging SmackDown, making it feel like can't miss TV. That is way bigger problem than some of the B shows going abroad, or them doing like some Raws and SmackDowns abroad. They have definitely increased that side, and they will continue to increase that side. And as I said, 10, 15 years, where are we? I don't think that's the issue, though. I don't think that's why numbers and engagement is going down. I think that the product, the Raw, SmackDown, I think that week after week after week, I see people in our chat and I read comments in the review videos of people saying, this is like a 6.5. Yeah, I could have missed this and I wouldn't have missed much. And at some point, that is going to have an effect on people. At some point, people are going to go, I don't think I need to watch this every week. I don't think I need to watch this all the time. And at some point, different people are going to reach that point. I'm not going to reach that point because, you know, not only do I enjoy watching wrestling, and I've seen enough to know that when it gets bad, what follows is good, right? We've been through Thunderdomes. We've been through 2019s. Like, we've been through dark. We've had McMahon's come out and apologize. We know we're not giving you what you want, right? We've been through that. So I know that when you're hitting like dark times, good times follow. So I know that we're going to be getting that down the road. So even if we do go through a period that I'm really struggling with, I still wouldn't leave because I've been through that before and I know what follows. And I think, you know, if people are just taking a little bit of a step away, some people might even have that kind of mentality of like, I'm going to step away, but it's only for a little bit. I mean, I did that with NXT when it went 2.0 and I was like, this is just not good. I'll come back when they've worked it out. And I did. Sometimes taking a step away is, you know, sometimes it's the right thing to do. If you just can't find a way in, you know. I mean, I stepped away from AEW because I wasn't enjoying it. I mean, that door is not permanently closed, but it's just when I stepped away, I just wasn't engaged with the product. If that product, you know, was to get a really good, absolutely unmissable, oh my God, it's on fire, you've got to watch it type situation, you know, then I might, you know, end up returning to it. I don't feel that way right now personally, but, you know, those doors are never closed. I think that stuff has a bigger effect, honestly, than the international stuff. But I love the conversation, Edwards, because I think there's some really good stuff in there. And I agree. I think them like going international and embracing the international fans and trying to see growth there. What does that mean for the domestic fans? And how are the domestic fans feeling about that? It's always good to have some new conversations, and I don't feel like that is one that we've really touched on too much before. Right. Okay, here we go. Lovely, lovely. Okay, we've got is this the current one, the new one? What's the date? Yes, it is. It is up now. Daze, Alex Windsor is Will Ospreay's wife. At least they were engaged. If you look at Trini's comment, there's some amazing news. Trini said, you might be a perv like me, but I know you're not sick. I'd never insinuate nasty stuff unless it's you and I wrestling in chocolate pudding. That's the comment you wanted me to read, James. That's the amazing news. The idea of Trini and William wrestling in chocolate pudding is something that we needed to draw the community's attention to. I'm not against it. I mean, I welcome the mental imagery. I'm just surprised that you were so desperate for me to turn my attention to it, but, you know. Yeah, great. If it happens, guys, send pictures. Send pictures, honestly. We could do a little slideshow in the members stream we've just did a little thing where we reached out to the community and we said, if you've got anything that you want to share, then put it in a video. And we had some brilliant videos. I think that would be a memorable video if ever you guys did do that. But love it. Great. Listen, I don't judge. I'm not here to judge. You do you. You do you. Yep, gluttonous. Pudding. Yes. James said, not that comment. Oh, okay. Not that, guys. Forget that. Sorry. Scrap that. Not that one. I needed to go back. Forget that. I had to go back further. Scrap that. The inflammation surrounding my spine has decreased significantly. The pain means that my sciatic nerve is healing, and I'm going to be back walking in like 3 months, said Trini. Trini, that's amazing. That is brilliant news. I honestly credit the chocolate pudding for that. I think covering yourself in chocolate pudding and allowing William to do whatever it is William did, I think that has actually had a big effect on the inflammation. So the inflammation surrounding your spine has decreased. Pudding. It's definitely that. You can't tell me it wasn't. It's definitely that. Because it's too coincidental, isn't it? It's too coincidental. That's great. The healing powers of chocolate pudding. Love that. Love that for you. Right, guys, I've pressed play. Tubi. Oh, I don't even have it plugged in. I was sat here like, why can I hear the sound coming through the speakers? And it's because I'm literally just sat here with some headphones on, not even plugged in. What a ride. What a ride. That is actually better. Pudding. Together, here we go. Bum. Last week. I'm a G like Kylie. That's what I want. I love that track. Okay, so last week, Bryce was in action, wasn't he? Wrestling fan said, I'm on my last ad right now. God, yeah, the ads suck, don't they? It knocks us out of sync and everything. Oh, yeah, Brooks came out, didn't he? And then we had some brawls on the outsides. Jackson Drake looking over at Keanu Carver. There's Kylie Armstrong. So they're just bringing us up to speed with what went down in Evolve Town last week. Her match, of course, with Jin Tala. Here's Carmen. Yeah, there's Tyra. They're just bringing people up to speed. I'm all right with this. It's a proper brand. I mean, we've seen it. Tyra May Steele. She's going to be in action tonight, mate. Serious talent. I'm a Tyra May Steele fan. Let's go. I'm buying stock in Tyra May Steele. I'm a G like Kylie. Yes. Daze, if you had a pudding after a main course, what would it be? I like a good apple crumble, said James. Not a big pudding guy because, I like puddings, of course. Sweets, lovely. But I always like say to myself, like, nah, I don't need it. it's just going to be blooming, do you know what I mean? I don't do any exercise, so I mean, it would just, I don't need it. But if I did allow myself to have a pudding, then honestly, I would not turn down a cheesecake. I would not turn down apple crumble. I certainly would not turn down a bit of banoffee pie. I am a bit Naomi in that. I'm not pregnant, but I am a little bit Naomi in that sense. Here's Tate Wilder. Tate Wilder is going to be opening up the show. So yeah, honestly, I'm just... I could go for quite a few different puddings. So a lovely shop by us, actually, that does some really amazing puddings, like slices of cake. They've got all these like lovely big slices that they do of like Oreo cheesecake and, you know, like all these different things. Just amazing. Kind of went there and I was like, I didn't have anything. So I was like, mate, I could have so much of this. I'd have to exercise for like 2 months to burn it off. Tate Wilder. Don't know loads about Tate Wilder, but that's why this is an interesting opening match, because, of course, we can learn about him. Certainly know a bit about this guy. Here is Brooks Jensen. Brooks Jensen. Making his way out. Okay, Brooks Jensen making his way down to the ring. He has got an interesting jacket on, a camouflage jacket. Right, here we go. Match number 1 then. Brooks Jensen, Tate Wilder. These two have been exchanging a few words. Let's go, Tate. Let's go, Tate. Here we go. They're locking up. Side headlock there by Brooks Jensen. Naomi's pregnant. I thought that was rumoured. No, it is just a rumour. It is just a rumour. Down goes Tate. I wonder if anyone will ever go straight from Evolve to the main roster, said David. That's interesting. Don't know, to be honest. It's a hell of a jump, innit? Hell of a jump. I've got to think that that's unlikely. Because a lot of these people are going to be like indie talents, whatever. I don't know. Ever is a long time, innit? Suppose it depends how long Evolve is around for. Because Evolve might not be around forever. Yeah, I mean, it's more people coming in from the indies. It's more people at the PC that are trying to find their first steps. Be pretty wild if someone knew what they were doing to a main roster level and the first thing we did was put them in Evolve. But not impossible, I suppose. What if, like, Stephanie was brought in and they just did a couple of matches on Evolve and then put her on the main roster? It's not impossible. Tate Wilder doing a moonsault to the outsides. That was quite nice, actually. I like how he didn't stand on that turnbuckle. He just used it to launch off. That was quite good. Kick coming in there by Brooks. As you said, we haven't seen loads of this Tate Wilder, so we're really finding out about him. He's very confident. He's got a decent moveset to him as well. I mean, when I say confident, I mean, like, high risk. You know, he's got the confidence to, like, launch off and do, like, a moonsault to the outsides. He's got the confidence to... I mean, I'm guessing this guy's probably got an indie wrestling background, has he? If he has come from, you know, the Next in Line program and he's got this level of confidence... That's really impressive. Because you see a lot coming in from Next in Line that just do, you know, like power moves or simple little spots, whatever. This guy's all over the place. Not in a bad way, but like, you know, we're working on the outside, we're going up top, we're in the ring, we're doing wrestling, we're doing aerial things, we're doing a bit of brawling, like... It feels like he's explored quite a few things, which makes me think he might have come from the Indies. Nice, look at that. He's reversed a move there, trying to get a pin on his feet. Slam down there by Brooks. 1, 2, kick out, shoulder up. Eric said, what was your favourite speed live stream you've ever done? Probably the first one, but also known as the only one. Brooks, Tate. In the middle. He tried to get Brooks over there, but no joy. Old school Barry Windham vibes. Crowd are chanting away. I was just having a look. I just wanted to see where he's come from. There's no sign of him having done anything previous. He might be next in line, you know. Yeah, in-ring experience for Tate Wilder, less than a year. But according to this, he has been in the system since 2022. So that would make a bit of sense. So, yeah, he's been WWE developmental since 2022. Picking up Brooks, slamming him down. It's really good work, though, by Tate Wilder. He's on his feet. Gesturing to the fan. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Dude just went to the corner, no-handed, jumped onto the rope, went onto the top rope, into a backflip. Dude, what the flip? This guy's got no indie experience. Everything he's learnt is learnt in developmental system. And he's just, yeah, man, I'm doing this. Mate, that... I'm actually really impressed with Tate Wilder. Brooks Jensen has picked up the victory. I mean, according to Cage Match, this is... Oh, those shots coming in. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Match number 7 for him. Match number 7. Apparently this was recorded. Well, maybe this is match number 8, actually. Match number 8. Jordan Oasis attacking Brooks Jensen. Oh, there's Wendy Choo. Wendy Choo watching an Evolve episode from a previous week. I'm trying to show you this. That's his wrestling history. That's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy. That's his wrestling history. Those are the matches he's had so far. We're here to turn a double shot into a triple shot. We got Cartwheel. We got Cappuccino. I don't know these guys. Jax Presley, Harley Riggins. They are big, though. Look at the size of them compared to Cartwheel and Cappuccino. How about you see us in the ring? Okay, well, a couple of new guys that we've just been introduced to there. Right, Idris against Dante. That match coming up next. Idris, Dante coming up next. Yes. Right, get in your thoughts on that match. I thought the match was okay. I mean, I wasn't like blown away by it, but what I was blown away by was Tate Wilder, because confidence is the word I would use. He was just going for everything. I mean, that was a type of performance where, I mean, you know, can his moveset get a bit more exciting? Can the match get a bit more dramatic? Yeah, of course it can. But that was a really solid performance, very confident performance. He was really going for some stuff. And that spot at the end, where he just jumped onto the middle rope, then got onto the top rope to go into the backflip, like, that's one of those where you go for it, don't you? You have to just go for it, like, but you got to have confidence in order to go for something like that. Very good. Idris against Dante next, said Wrestling Fan. Yeah, I've just got a couple of commercials first. William said, I've only got Tubi on my Xbox. It doesn't work on my phone or my laptop. Really? I just got it on my PC. With a VPN, it works absolutely fine. Commercial break. Yeah, I've got that as well. Tim, hello. Shout out to you. Glotness is underway with the second match. Oh. I've got Ludacris talking to me about endurancewarranty.com. Leah has saved $5,500 on her insurance. Right, here we go. I've got backstage with Vanity Projects. Okay, so Bryce is getting into it with the champ here, so... Don't talk to the champ like that, Bryce. You don't want Keanu to get a championship opportunity, do you? No. Bryce apologizes. Zayda Steele against Layla Diggs tonight. Okay, they're not happy because he's managed to get some matches for Vanity Projects. You surprised me last week and I just wanted to return the favor. So a lot of tension being teased in Vanity Projects. Okay, match number 2. This was a match we were looking forward to. This is Dante Chen. Going to be in action against Idris Enofe. Let's go. Here's Dante. Dante Chen making his way down to the ring. And as we said, he enjoys some really good support from this crowd. He was a regular feature when it came to NXT Level Up. And that just built like a connection with the audience. Dante in the ring always gives 100%. He's someone that's really going to give everything he's got in each and every match. That's appreciated by the fans. So that's Dante. Let's have a look at Idris, shall we? He's got the crown on his logo. He's kind of rocking, as we said, a bit of a kind of macho man type vibe. Even like, you know, this kind of entrance attire, that kind of cape robe type thing is a kind of macho man-esque sort of vibe. Goes over to the corner and the music kind of settles down. And then the robe comes off. He's took the turnbuckle pad off. What's he doing? I really like that, how it fits in with the music. He's took that turnbuckle pad off. What is he going to do here? Is he going to cover it over maybe with his robe? Hurl Dante into it. That would be quite clever, actually. This bit's a bit long now. Commentators are talking. No, he's leaving it exposed. The ref hasn't noticed. Is he just going to hope the ref doesn't notice? Well, the ref hasn't noticed. I thought he might put, like, the robe over it or something and just quickly hurl Dante into it. Oh, he almost went headfirst into that exposed turnbuckle. Drop toe holds. Down goes Dante. Referee has noticed it now. What's the plan? I don't understand. Did he want him to be distracted? Roll up there by Dante. No referee to count, though. Referee gets in, counts one. I do like how the ref looks over in the corner. And he's like, well, I can't deal with that right now. Kick coming in. Well, look, the turnbuckle pad has added an interesting element to the match. I don't quite get what his strategy was. I don't know if he wanted the ref to notice or not want the ref to notice. I sort of feel like we're trying to tell a story and I'm not quite sure what that story is. But, I mean, the story is that we do have an exposed turnbuckle and Dante just went into it. Dante goes into the corner, and now Idris goes into it. Big boot. Whatever this plan was, it's certainly not worked. I don't think Idris's plan was for himself to end up going into that turnbuckle. His successful finishing move is a running double chest chop called a gentle touch. Keep an eye out for that. Dante getting in the ring. Idris is down. He was playing possum. 1, 2, reversed by Dante into a suplex. That was nice. Rolls through. Oh, look at that. That's like a wing clipper. 1, 2. No joy. Yeah, Dante doing well in the early stages. I don't know if the ref has fixed it. He hasn't fixed it. That turnbuckle is still exposed. Idris goes down to one knee. Big shot coming down there by Dante. Idris, taking the leg away there from Dante. Grabbing Dante. Dante going to the outsides. Idris coming in. Big shot coming back there by Dante. Knee coming in there by Idris. Dante down. Idris going to the outside. Grabbing Dante. They're fighting on the outside of the ring. I think Idris is still undefeated. Big chop coming in there by Dante. Fighting on the outsides. Hardest part of the ring. He's trying to pick up Idris. Idris to the outside. Takes the legs away from Dante. Into the ring steps goes Dante. Back in the ring goes Dante. Idris jumps up. Climbs up. He's perched. Looking for an elbow drop. Connects. 1, 2. Oh, kick out there by Dante. Crowd they're involved. They're not massively hooked by what they're seeing at the moment, but they're involved. Stomp coming in there by Idris. So that first match you lot said was good 100 for our opening match. You really enjoyed that. Kind of puts it in line a little bit with what we were seeing from Raw. I think maybe even a touch better than what we saw from Raw. Obviously, this is different. People are obviously, taking into consideration this is pretty low down the food chain. Slap coming in there by Dante. Another big boot coming in there by Idris. Big knee by Idris. Dante goes down. Another big knee. Dante down again. This is really interesting because it can go either way. Either guy could win this. You've got the added element of the exposed turnbuckle pads. Both guys have been victims of that, though. And it's still there. It could play a part in the finish. Big shot coming in there by Dante. Dante going up, looking for a superplex. He's going all the way up top. Looking for a big superplex. Idris is up there as well. Huge! Big superplex by Dante. Dante, though, trying to go over, trying to make the cover. 2. Oh, kick out. Kick out. Yeah, look at that. Goods. Right now, we've got Idris down. We got Dante down. Forearm shot coming in by Dante. There's a shot that comes back there by Idris. Another big shot coming in there by Dante. These two exchanging blows back and forth. Dante with a big right hand. Idris against the ropes. Collides into Dante. Boot to the midsection. Dante over the other side. Clothesline misses. Oh, I thought they were going to double clothesline. That would have been quite nice, actually. I thought they were going to double clothesline each other. Ah! Spinebuster. Like a powerbomb spinebuster by Dante. Idris down. Dude, this is a good match. It's a good match. Coming in. Chop. Roll up by Idris. Grabs the tights. Grabs the ref, sees it. He grabbed a hold of the tights. The referee saw. Idris having a word there with the ref. Now it's Dante. 1, 2. I did wonder if he was going to grab the tights. Oh, is that the Chante touch? Yeah, it was. Dante Chen gets the win. Idris Enofe loses, and I think that might be his first loss. I think that is the Chante touch. It's kind of like a Hadouken, isn't it? Hadouken. Dude, he just Hadoukened him. Yeah, 1 win each. 1 win each. I think that was really good. Could have gone either way, that match. Could have gone either way. Do it again. Do a third one. Do a third one, you cowards. Do a PLE. Do an Evolve PLE. Put both champions on that. This can go on there as well. Look, he's standing over Idris. Here's Ridge Holland. Going up to Tate Wilder. Two losses. I see it as 2 lessons, not losses. I'm not afraid to jump off the cliff, land on my face, wipe the dirt off and keep going. I think that shows in his wrestling. Here's a pro tip. There we go. So, Ridge just having a few words there with Tate Wilder. Coming up next is Zayda Steele against Layla Diggs. Zayda Steele against Layla Diggs. Obviously, our main event, I'm guessing, is going to be Carmen Petrovic against... I don't think this will be long. We've got Tyra May Steele against Carmen Petrovic. Number 1 contenders match. Still to come. Sonny said, I still don't know what to call my 4th poetry book. It might be a bit too early for a name. Yes, perhaps you'll get a bit more inspiration once you've, like, fleshed it out. Tate Wilder, Ridge Holland said wrestling fan. Yeah, I forgot that Ridge Holland was still employed. It's been a bit of a drop, hasn't it? It's been a bit of a drop going to Evolve. Okay, Kylie Ray has gone to see... Oh, God! Commercial break. I can't avoid these American Home Shield adverts. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. Right. Get the Tubi ad skipper. Yeah, I need to do that. I do need to do that. People keep saying about that, but I've used an ad blocker before and I've had issues with other sites. Like, you can't access this until you turn your ad blocker off type stuff. Oh my God. Chill out. Is there one that's specifically for Tubi, is there? Have you got, like, is there a specific one, Steve, or just any ad blocker? James said, shouldn't it take, like, months to write a book and then, like, a year between them, says James. Not for Sonny. Prolific. Still got ads. I just fast forward them. It's a Chrome edition. I can't fast forward them. It won't let me. I've just got a countdown that says your video will resume after this break. But it doesn't actually... Like, the video is paused at 26:32. That's where I am exactly. I'm at 26:32. And it just won't proceed at the moment until I get past these adverts. I give you my words, I will look into the ad blocker. Because I agree, this sucks. You can turn off ad blockers, said Johnny. Oh, no, but it's just hassling it. Turning them on, turning them off, turn them on, turn them off, turn them on, turn them on. I like easy life. You know what I mean? It's a bind having to turn the VPN on to faff around with this, but there's no other way otherwise. Okay, but I'm back now. Okay. Chantal Monroe keeps cutting me down. Oh. She did interrupt. It's okay for me to stand up for myself. It is. Championship Eliminator. Kylie against Chantal. Little hug. Jordan Oasis. Take a wild guess why I want to see you. You can't keep interfering in matches. Her books on the bookshelf seem to be backwards. Why are the books that way round? It looks like she's put the books in, like, the wrong way round on her bookshelf. Like, you wouldn't know what any of the books actually are, because you can't see the spine. What's that about? What's that about? Someone needs to get a screenshot of that, tag Stevie in, and ask her what the hell is going on. Yeah. These people, they want us to watch Evolve, and if we do, and then we've got questions, I don't think it's unrealistic to then ask those questions. What's that about? Hey, Stevie, you're doing a great job, but how do you know what any of those books are behind you when they're the wrong way round? Just saying. Right, here's Zayda. Dun-dun-dun. Zayda versus Layla Diggs. Right, let's have a look. Second match. What did people think? Porky said the books didn't pay for product placement. Good point. I wonder if they were like pornographic. Good 96. I think that's a little low, to be honest, for that last match. I mean, it probably would be okay if the first match wasn't like good 100. But I sort of feel like that second match was better than the first. Or at least I thought so. But the community has spoken. And on we go. Match number 3. This is Zayda against Layla. Both wearing pink. Bryce trying to do a little bit of a trip in there. Duck underneath. Nice headlock takeover. Referee is down and in. Layla Diggs declares that you should never let fear stop you. Dig deep and achieve your dreams. Yeah, Layla Diggs is going to be the face here, isn't she? And Zayda's going to be the heel. Lovely takeover there by Zayda. Zayda. Tell you what, there's not much being left to the imagination here by Zayda when it comes to this ring gear, is there? Jeez, I don't know if these trunks have maybe shrunk a little bit in the wash. I'm not sure. Right now, we got Layla going over against the... Oh, my God, that's really impressive. Oh, nice little leg sweep as well. Oh. Going for the pin. 2. No joy. But it gets good, said Glock Ness. Well, it's good right now, honestly. There ain't no complaints. Taking legs away. Grabbing the... Oh, over in the corner. Going face first. More kicks coming in. Against tries to trip her. Takes her down. Zayda right now. Having a few words. Bryce on the outside is out there showing support. Single leg Boston Crab right now being applied by Zayda. Layla with some really impressive moments in here. I think she's a really good talent. Shot coming in there by Layla. And again, Zayda is being driven back. She's trying to charge over. Shoulder barge there. And again. Oh, lovely kick coming in. Really good. She's fired up. Cartwheeling over. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. That cartwheel, the momentum's just off for me. 1, 2. Shoulder up there by Zayda. What is Bryce doing? Bryce on the outside seems to be trying to jump up and distracts. Distraction there by Bryce. There's a chair in the corner. Referee is distracted. You're out of there! Bryce has been kicked out. You're out of there! People are like, what? What's he done wrong? Zayda Steele's like, no. Zayda Steele over by the ropes, pulling herself up, charging over. Kick to the midsection there by Layla Diggs. She's got Zayda up, slams her down. Going for the pin. 2, 3. Done, mate. Wow. Zayda Steele losing is a bit of a shocker, to be honest with you. I didn't expect Layla to get the victory. The story, though, of course, is going to be that it was last minute. She wasn't prepared. Bryce has been removed. That was a distraction. Just really feels like we're further in the Bryce leaving Vanity Project story. Well, there we go. We didn't think it'd be a long match. I wasn't expecting Zayda to fall short. I thought she would still find a way of winning. Oh, and there we go. We've got the girls dancing away in the ring. Wonder if I could learn that routine. Oh, God, imagine if I nail that routine. It's gone! Oh, you know, it's gone. Yes. What was you watching my match for? It was a CGI or an AI. Chest day, best day. There we go. He I think wants to hang around with Jamal Hampton. Chest day is best day. It must have been CGI or AI or one of the AIs. Definitely wasn't its goal that came out to have a look at the match. It's goal! Right, Carmen Petrovic against Tyra May Steele. This is going to bang, mate. This could have been an NXT match. Right. Layla Diggs wins, said Wrestling Fan. She did. She did. I zoned out a bit during the match. I remember Blake Monroe, Jordan Grace thing. I don't like Blake running. She should have stayed and fought, says William. Yeah, I think that was... obviously, it was short. I mean, there wasn't really much to that. Bryce, Brooks, and Cutler could start a new group after they've get kicked out of groups. They could be called the BBC, said Steve. Oh my God, I would love a BBC shirt. Some BBC merch. Yes. Brooks, Bryson, Cutler, BBC. Steve, this is the kind of stuff you need to be putting on social media. I mean, this is the kind of stuff I would hope that they would see. Imagine that group running around as the BBC. Okay, we got Chewy sat down talking to Sean Legacy. BBC. BBC. Bryce, Brooks, Cutler. Ice Williams. I do like the fact we're seeing like some indie show footage. How great is this? Imagine if you was at this show and you were in the crowd and now you're being shown on Evolve. Shame the audio sucks. There's only one number one. Ice, 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 ice. Williams. So, a promo there by Ice Williams. He was just calling out Sean Legacy, saying that there's only one number one prospect. But yeah, if you went to like a local show and you saw an ID talent and they did a promo like that, and then you see it on Evolve, like, that's great. They should do more of that kind of stuff. So Sean Legacy said that he's got his sights set on Ridge Holland because a win there should be more than enough to get him back in the title picture. I think I'm in its goal, Stan. Honestly, I'm looking at Sean Legacy going, yeah, he's really cool. I like Sean Legacy, but it's goal. That might be my guy. Super Sean Legacy, Ridge Holland next Wednesday. So Win there is hoping to get him back in the title picture. Also next week, we've got a Women's Championship contenders match. Chantel Monroe against Kylie Ray. I don't really know what that means. Does that mean the winner of that faces the winner of the match we're about to watch? Oh, here's Carmen Petrovic then. Here we go. Main event time. Okay, match number 3. Probably the worst of the 3 matches because it was shorts. You lot said was good. Good. Here's Carmen. Can this match be the great match that we are hoping for? It does have Tyra May Steele in it. Good 98, you lot said, for that last match. Here we go. Carmen Petrovic then. Going to be in action against Tyra May Steele. Here she comes. I love this entrance. The way she's like all happy. Love that. Love this bit. All happy and then like her facial expression changes. Mate, I'm getting one of those medals. Tyra May Steele gets him. Goes over. I'm here all day. Oh, we just... Look, there's the serious face. There's the serious face. Let's go, man. It's got a bit... I don't know why. It's got a big fight feel, mate. I'm just thinking, like, Io Sky against Tyra May Steele. Like, I'd love to see it. She's just got this energy. Like, do you know what I mean? She's bouncing around. She's... like, all I just saw her as they were doing, like, Carmen. She wasn't just standing there. Like, she's doing all this. She's just like this non-stop ball of motion. Kick out there. Roll up straight out the gate there by Carmen. Round the back goes Tyra. Lovely. Look at that suplex. Look at that throw. I mean, it was not very picturesque. Just showing a replay of it. Oh. Pretty of a rough landing, actually, there by Carmen, but it means that Tyra is in control. Someone is going to get eliminated by the title picture, and sadly, we've gone to commercial break already. Oh, mate. Carmen Petrovic is down, like, in pain after that suplex. But, you know... it shows, doesn't it? You can't afford to even get suplexed once by Tyra May Steele because, like, it's going to hurt. The only thing I'd say is it did look a bit rough. Daze, here's a shiz joke for you. What is Gordon Ramsay's favourite wrestling show? It's effing Raw. I'd think that would be his least favourite wrestling show. Unless it's like sushi. I like the fact that you said, I know this is not great. Kudos. Right now we got Carmen going over to the corner as Tyra May Steele comes in. Looking for a suplex. Snap suplex, gets it. Tyra May Steele getting back up to her feet. She won the freestyle wrestling gold medal at the 2020 Olympics. Those Olympics, I think, held 2021. So that's coming up like 4 years ago now. Right now, we've got... Kick coming in. Oh, I've got this horrible little thing at the bottom saying playing next. I don't want that. How do you get rid of that? It says playing next at the bottom. But it's like hiding a bit of the bottom of the screen. How do you get rid of that? Can I get rid of it somehow? Right now, we got Tyra May Steele putting on a stretch. Tubi, what are you doing? I hate this. I don't want that. Has anyone else got this? Or is it just me? Throw coming in. One more time. Oh, I'm distracted. I just got it as well. What is it? Why the hell would I want that? Can I make it? It sucks. Shot coming in. How do I feed back to Tubi that this sucks? Right now, over in the corner goes Carmen. It's kicked me out. It won't let me finish watching. Tracy says, me too. Well, it might have kicked you out because it started counting down. Shot coming in there by Carmen. Oh, we need to kick off. We need to kick off online because I'm distracted. How am I meant to be invested in this match? Someone at Tubi has had an idea and it sucks. Right now, we got Carmen grabbing a hold of Tyra May Steele. This is like when you're a kid and there's like a preview channel and you're trying to watch the wrestling and you're just looking at it in a little window. I mean, I'm being a bit dramatic. But it is taking part of the picture away. Kick coming in there by Carmen. 1, 2, 3. Carmen wins. Ah! Oh, I'm livid. Yeah, I mean, Tyra was chucking Carmen around, but I was too busy like trying to get rid of this banner at the bottom. I'm surprised that Tyra May Steele has fallen. I really thought they were going to invest in her. I thought Carmen was just down to just, you know, provide a credible opponent. But she's going to take a step forward, and it seems like Tyra May Steele's got a bit of work that she needs to do. Here's Kylie. Kylie has come out. And that's it. End of the show as she came out. Oh my God, I'm livid. Sucks. Hi, Tubi. Is there a way of turning off the playing next banner? As it just massively disrupted the WWE Evolve show that I was trying to enjoy. I mean, I don't want to cry too much because, you know, on X, people are going to be like, anything else you want to cry about? Yeah? Anything else you want to cry about, Virgin? And I'll be like, well, I do want to cry about this, actually. My virginity has got nothing to do with this, thank you. But I would like to cry about it because I was trying to watch it. And this banner came up. And then I'm like, how'd you turn this off? And things are happening. And, you know, flipping missed it. Hi Tubi, is there a way of turning off the play and next banner as it just massively disrupted the WWE Evolve show that I was trying to enjoy? This is not a positive new addition. I don't even know if it is new, but it's never done it to me before, so I'm thinking it's new. This is not a positive new addition to your platform. Listen, no one's ever contacting Tubi, are they? No one's ever contacting Tubi. I've got to imagine that there's going to be mass panic at the Tubi social media page as soon as that tweet comes through, because they'll be like, oh my God, someone's contacted us. Someone's actually got in touch with us. What the flip? What do we do? Get the manual! Get the manual! What do we do? Someone's tagged us! Who's ever contacting Tubi? This guy, this virgin, that's who. Yeah? For the good of the Evolve family. Yeah? That's right. That's right. Let's see if they respond. Now we sit and wait. Now the waiting game begins, yeah? Let's see what they say as we wait for a response. It kicked me out of the show after 43 minutes. Steve, you're preaching to the converted. You are preaching to the converted. Daze, Ariel Hawani's credit, every time he does a sit-down interview, he is finding every which way to squeeze every little bit of info. Oh yeah, he's a profession, He's a profesh. He is certainly someone that knows what he's doing, and you know, as I said, I've got to finish the interview. I've got about 10 minutes left to go, but from what I've seen, it was very good. And I think it's going to have been very, very well received. Very well received. I think Carrion comes across lovely in it, doesn't he? He comes across as just a real nice guy, stand-up guy, a good egg. So, yeah. But I need to have a look and see. You can turn off the autoplay in the video section in the settings. I clicked on settings. Oh, I've just closed Tubi. If I can fix it, then I... See, when I click, what is there? Contact support, help center, account settings. Oh, hang on, mate. Shall I delete that tweet? If we're about to fix it, shall I delete it? Well, hang on. Let me fix it first. Let's see if we can fix it first. Can we fix it? No, we can't. I've just got a black screen at the moment. I was going to show you me trying to fix it. What the flip? Tubi. Account settings. Account settings just leads me to a black screen. Literally just a black screen. Help center. Activate your device. Do I have to do that? Terms of use. Sign out. I don't want to do that. Help center. About Tubi. Content. Email us. Oh, I've contacted you already. Thank you. If I click on account settings, I honestly get a black screen. If I... Look, I'm gonna flip improve this. Yeah, I don't want no reputation for being a liar. You're a liar. I'm gonna show you Tubi. Here, look. Here we are, kids. This is what it's come to. I'm literally showing you Tubi now. So you know I did actually watch Evolve and I wasn't just making it up, right? Who's she? Sheena? Hello. Hello, Sheena. If you click over here, look, and go on account settings and click that. What am I meant to do with this? What's this? Some kind of sick joke. What the hell is this? That's what happens when I click on account settings. It gives me this. And if I try and go back to Tubi, takes me back to this. Account settings, help center, activate your device, terms of use, privacy, contact support, or sign out. And if I click on account settings, someone at Tubi right now is going, oh my God. And when they click, right, so not only, oh my God, not only does it cover part of the screen and actually kick some people out, right, get this is the best bit, right? When they click on account settings, you're going to love this. It goes to a black screen. Oh my God. Oh. We'll make it so that other people, when they click on account settings, something happens. But for the vast majority of others, we'll just have it go to a black screen. Oh my God. That is genius, Brian. That is genius. Do it. Roll it out. Roll it out. That'll be so good. People are going to love this. And do you know what? People don't. Yeah? People don't love it. I'm people. I'm people. And I don't love it. I can't even get Tubi back now. There it is. The hell's Brickleberry? Women of Wrestling. So, I mean, this is just... Oh, live TV. Oh, I think we've looked at this, haven't we? Oh. Woman? How do I get rid of woman? Oh, come, woman, I can't. Go on, love. Yeah! That's an ollie. She ollie-ooped. She just ollie-ooped. Love that for you. That is Salt Lake. Anyway. Do you know there's loads of stuff here, actually? Loads of stuff. They've got CONCACAF. Central American Cup Football. The Today Show. And other shows. Dana White's Contender Series. Poker After Dark. Well, that is the best time to poker. Boxing's Best of 2014. Guys, how often do we sit here and go, oh, I wish I could watch the best boxing matches of 2014? You can on Tubi. BKFC, classic Real Madrid football matches. Baller alerts. Dude. The Johnny Carson show. Have we looked at this? Have I looked at this? This is actually legit really interesting. But it still doesn't help me. Does it? If I still click on account settings, I'll still get that. Tubi knows that you're trying to watch from the UK and they've blocked you. Well, I don't really... Well, they might know I'm in the UK... and from an account settings point of view, they've blocked me, but they don't stop me watching Evolve. It's a weird thing to block, isn't it? It's kind of like, no, we'll let him watch the shows. That's fine. Like, we're not animals. Do you know what I mean? We're not bad people. We'll let him watch the shows. But if he tries to change his account settings, that's when we're going to get him. That's when we'll make him pay. Yeah? Oh, I'm going to use a VPN. Think you're going to get round that, do you? Think again. You can watch the shows, though. That's fine if you want to watch some Johnny Carson, or maybe you'd like to watch some Best of Boxing from 2024. Come and join us. But you even think of changing those account settings. Oof. That is where the line is, my friends. Wrestling fan said Daze is enjoying Tubi. Do you know, I do like Tubi a lot, actually. I don't ever watch it. But I do. There's shows there. Every week I sit here, I watch the show, Evolve, and then I see the other things on Tubi, and I'm like, I could watch that. It could be on in the background whilst I'm doing stuff. I'd watch that. And then I don't, and then come back next week and go, do you know what? I could watch that. It looks all right, I could watch that. And I just live in this never-ending cycle. I can just never escape from it. I mean, they've got Ice Road Truckers. They've got Bret Hart Wrestling with Shadows. If you've never seen that, it's an amazing documentary. It's one of the great wrestling documentaries. Wrestling with Shadows. Brilliant. Brilliant. I would say essential. They've got Glow. It's the documentary. I've seen that. But that's great. I've seen this. The documentary Glow, the story of the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. Seen it? Seen it, mate? They brought that out when they did the Netflix TV series. I thought they might have... Oh, is this actually Glow? The original ladies of wrestling. Classic wrestling. Is that Brawling Beauties, the Glow movie? Oh, I don't know. I'm getting a bit lost here. The original ladies of wrestling. Could that be Glow? It looks like Glow. This looks like it is Glow. Long-running series showing the athleticism, humour, and various battle styles of the original ladies of wrestling. This might be Glow. Every single week I flip and sit here and I'm like, I could watch that. I could watch this. I could watch this. I could probably watch some of these. Look, they've got old NXTs. Ice Road Truckers. Some cheap Shawn Michaels documentary that's probably awful. What's this? Wrestling Then and Now, a time capsule tour through the world of professional wrestling and the East Coast indie scene with visits to giants who no longer walk the earth. Killer Kowalski, Nikolai Volkov, Homicide. It's a weird mixture, isn't it, of like old and new. That's good. Resurrection of Jake, that's good. I've seen that. I've not seen Other Side of the Ring. I could watch that. What's this? What is this? Have I seen this? What is this? What is this? I've not seen this. The story of the World Heavyweight Champion wrestler whose career served as a tribute to his mother who escaped the Nazis in World War II Italy. I have seen 3 probably Bruno Sammartino documentaries, one done by WWE. One was not done by WWE. It does the rounds on YouTube. I don't think I've seen this one. Yeah, no, I ain't seen this. Add your favourite things. How do I... Oh, add to my list. Add to my list. Guys, my list is no longer exclusively 100% porn. That's a big step for me. That is a big step for me. Now I've actually added something to my list that is actually wrestling related. I should have added the women of wrestling as well, shouldn't I? Best of big time 70s wrestling. I probably need some more modern stuff, to be honest, but big time wrestling in Detroit. Mate, you shut up. Tubi is awesome. I am genuinely really impressed with Tubi. Look, Dog the Bounty Hunter. He's the best. Oh, the Osbournes. You shut up. Oh my God. With all the... Oh, add that to my list. I keep seeing so many clips after he's now died that to sit and actually just blast through the episodes... Oh, mate. I mean, look at that. Amazing. He looks great as a blonde. He looks great as a blonde. What else have we got? United States against Sean Combs. Ride with Norman Reedus. Yeah. Daryl from Walking Dead. Scandal. Killing Hip Hop. Don't know some of these. Freak Show. Firm. Geeking Out. Looks interesting. Looks interesting. Yeah, this is like, I think, pretty low-level trashy TV. Which is right up my street. I am not being down on that. But Flintstones, I probably wouldn't watch it. The Treasures of the British Library. Yes, that's right. We've got treasures. What are those treasures? Even I don't know. I'd have to watch that show to find out. Shameless. British version. Great. Great show. Oh, my God. One of the greatest comedies of all time. It's not even debatable. It's not even debatable. One of the greatest comedies. One of the great comedies. Oh, my God. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. It's as simple as that. And if you don't know, you don't know. That's what it comes down to. If you know, then you know. And if you don't know, you need to find out. One of the absolute greats. Comedies. Amazing. Amazing. Oh my God, they got a lower low. Do you know, I wanted to start actually at episode 1 of a lower low and work my way through that. It's a weird show. It's all about these French cafe owners during World War II that are secretly trying to help the resistance. You know, trying to help the British and trying to find a way of getting, you know, rid of the Nazis. But obviously the Nazis are around because France was occupied. It's a weird setting for a sitcom. Really, really weird. But it's got its moments. I mean, it's not Father Ted. But many a Sunday when I was young, because this was an 80s show, many a Sunday they'd be showing reruns of this. And then, you know, you'd sit down at a lunchtime, just have something to eat, and a lower low would be on TV. And, you know, this would be like one of the shows that would be on TV. My Family, never really for me. Mad Max. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. This is the one, mate. I don't need to watch it. I've got the box set. I've seen all the episodes multiple times. Goated. Tubi, I should respond, shouldn't I, and say, listen, there's no hard feelings. I actually love your company and I'd like to buy shares. But you do need to work out your flipping autoplay thing, because that does suck. That does suck. A lower low is actually a classic, says Con. Yes. Yes. This is Tubi's plan by adding that bottom bar during episodes so that you check out those shows. It's true. Daze, how is UFC? Not even started yet, but not even started. Tubi does need to figure that out, said Wrestling Fan. They do. Right. On that bombshell, I'm going to run away. Appreciate people joining us. Hope you got some out of the show. Disappointed that the match I was most excited for was so heavily distracted with that thing, but we'll see what Tubi have got to say for themselves, right? But yeah, awesome. Okay, right, back tomorrow with the WEP Wrestling Escape Pod. Obviously there'll be the member stream as well. Back on Friday, and yes, we do have UFC coming up this weekend as well, so plenty on the way. But thank you for joining us. Appreciate the support as always, and I will see you again next time.